Keeping venomous reptiles is an unforgiving hobby, requiring proper training and lots of experience. One simple mistake can be the difference between life and death. Remember, the most venomous snake in the world is the one that just bit you. There are no venomous snakes with training wheels. Just because you see viperkeeper handle snakes a certain way does not mean you should try it too.
Under that branch, near that piece of poop, behind there is a large East African gaboon viper. I see her respiring quite rapidly, which means she's excited. You never really know when the attack is going to come. Oh, I stuffed it in her mouth, so she's like other snakes, for whatever reason, sometimes prefers to come after me than the prey item. So I'm very careful with her, because a bite from a gaboon would be amongst the worst that I could incur. This is the male Trimessurus elegans. He's on loan for breeding purposes. He's in with, I think, 2 females, or at least I know one is female, and he has some strange eating affliction at the moment and can't quite decide. He struck that rat really solidly, but is a bit indecisive on how to go about eating. And that's quite common with snakes. You wouldn't think so, but it is. These can be quite variable in color, all the way from pink to orange and everything sort of in between. He's a good feeder for a male, but right now he's got the male I don't know if I want this now affliction. This is why it takes me so long to feed the collection, because some of the snakes eat right away. Other snakes may take minutes to hours to eat, and others may not eat at all. It makes one wonder how they can possibly find prey that they killed in the wild, because there's many more variables and a lot more open space for them to lose their prey item. Here they can't even find it when they're under their nose. I even offered it to them on the tongues, but that wasn't apparently good enough either. So I'm going to shut this so he has less choices and they're all inside the cage. Well, I think my friend, this Western Green Mamba, had a mouse in there last week that he didn't eat, or it didn't, it just went in this trap box and died. Now, I know you're looking at me like, well, what the hell are you doing in here, buddy? So, well, what I'm doing in here is trying to get the trap box out to investigate. see a dead mouse there. I know. Here you go. Relax. Don't get your knickers in a knot. Why don't you go up your tree? Whoa! And we have liftoff. This is why I always say that Western greens are just terribly explosive and very difficult to work with, because they're just... Go ahead. That's your home. Get out of my face. These guys are the ultimate in twitchy mambas. They are just really spazzo. And when they get frightened, they just go off just like that. How's that for a bit of exciting footage? Whoa! Now that's an ideal snake to have in a trap box when you have them in an enclosure, except for whatever reason it doesn't want to go in the trap box. Sorry dude, I didn't mean to upset you. So I'm in the room feeding chicks and stuff, and I look over and I see this little dangerous face there, the Bothrops asper, who is looking for a feed. The Bothrops atrox male was also quite dangerous, looking for a feed. So we'll see what this little pogo stick with venom is up to. Would you like that? Oh, you would? Now that's a happy face. Okay, go back into your corner. I put a hut in there, but she doesn't like the hut. So I may remove it and give somebody else a hut. Here's one of the small males that I obtained of the blue insular form of Cryptolytrops insularis. We have the regular white-lipped pit viper in that group. We have the yellow wet tar island pit viper. And we have the blue komodos, as they're known. These are from the lesser Sunda Islands and from Indonesia. They're essentially wet tar white-lipped pit vipers, but they have different color schemes depending on where they're found. These are not caught on Komodo, so I am told, but they're caught from on the surrounding islands, because Komodo is a national park, of course. I have two males in this cage. One big female down below, which could be gravid, and two individual females in a different cage in a different room. Here's our friendly neighborhood perp. She's actually quite a large snake, but she likes to go in the hut, even though I gave her a larger tube there in the back. You know, people say, oh my God, you're being cruel, you're giving that animal such a small space. Well, this is where she prefers to stay. She doesn't like to come out. At night I will see her up on the branch in hunting position, but she doesn't sit there and bask. She doesn't go into the tube. She goes in her little cubby where she's tightly packed, as I'll show you here in a second. And of course I will earn the wrath of the perp by doing that, but you'll get the point. How you doing, girlie? Huh? I'm sorry to disturb you, but I'm going to make a point. Look at you, huh? That's 10 pounds of perp in a 5-pound bag. How are you, huh? You can't be very happy with me. Oh, I didn't think so. Okay, well look, I'm going to put your lid down, and you can get yourself back in there as soon as you figure it out, okay? Huh? Hi. What are you doing? Can we do perp cam without killing one another, huh? Perpulomaculatus cam. I got this gal from my friend Kimberly, who bred her. Now look, you're gonna have to come all the way out, even though you don't like it, in order for that to go in a position where you can go back in it. I'm sorry I disturbed you. I know, I'm mean, huh? You want me to be really mean, huh? Why don't you have some water? Why don't you have some water? Huh? Perps like water. There you go. Even though I got a dish there for her to drink from, she prefers to have a drink from the squeeze bottle because between sips she can have a go at me in alternating fashion. Huh? Isn't that right, girlie, huh? I know. Well, I'm going to back off a little so you continue to drink. Got to be some benefit to having me get you out of your little hut there. There you go. There you go. Alright, so people don't tell me that my snakes are in too small a space. They actually enjoy that and prefer that. So, wow, surprisingly, Miss Perp went into her tube. And wouldn't you know it, I actually bought and manufactured her a new home. So what I'll do is I'll just put that in there and see if she likes it. She must be special. She needs 2 hiding places. Well, what are you doing, huh? Besides wreaking havoc on the lair. Huh? No, you can't go through glass. When are you going to learn that you can't go through glass? I work with Mr. Forrest Cobra periodically, as long as he's not in rampage mode. He's actually pretty good for a forest cobra. Here, okay, you got your back end supported? Here, I'll support the front end now. There you go. You know, I like to give the animals a little enrichment, but as long as they're not being assholes about it. Stop, you can't. When do you guys learn about glass? Huh? Want to go on the floor? I don't know if that's such a good idea. But you're going to come up the hook, aren't you? No. Come on. Come on. You know you can't come up the hook and on the camera. Forest Cobra, stop. Then he gets all upset if that happens. No under things. Come on. I don't know if I can film Forest Cobra on the floor, one-handed, so I'm not going to even try. Okay, the top end supported again? Here. Just stop with the glass thing. It's glass, dude. Huh? Now, how many forest cobras can you trust to do forest cobra cam with, huh? Not many. I can count them on one hand. What are you doing, dude? Huh? And you certainly don't do this when there's any inkling of food being present in the house, because, whoops, because then he'll really go berserk. He is very food oriented. And I've learned over time that if you need to control a forest cobra, you just give it food. Alright, well that's all the enrichment for right now. Are those snake bags interesting too, huh? I just emptied those snake bags a few hours ago, and Elvis is hot on the trail of the snake that was in there. Fortunately, they're all safe and out of his reach. Actually, some of the Komodo Island pit vipers came out of there, the blue and Solaris as they're called, and those critters are in his home range, so certainly they were of interest to him. This Vietnamese horned pit viper, Protobothrops cornutus, is one of Laurie's favorite little snakes in here. Well, if he was in focus, when he's hungry, he'll do this sort of thing and lay up against the glass, or the plastic in this case, and you know, try to attract our attention and say, "Hey, I'm hungry. Are you hungry? Huh?" This is one of the intermediate sized ones in the cage. There's 4 of them. Well, there were 2 today, but I moved the other 2 back. This is the medium-sized one. The small one is the male. He's not so happy back there. And then there's 2 large females in there. Haven't tried to reproduce them. Elvis, what are you doing? But that's always a possibility. I gotta go, dude. Elvis is causing trouble. Okay, I see this big tail going up there, which means that the rest of him is somewhere there. Is he going to his hidey hole, huh? Is Elvis going to his hidey hole? Ah, yes. Elvis is crawling in there. I don't know if it'll ever focus and you can see it, but that's where he's going. Oh, hi! How you doing? Nice to see you. Please don't climb on the top of the cages. You knock stuff off. Come on. Come on this way. No way. No way, Viperkeeper. You have to come and get me. Elvis, you're about to shed, huh? Well, look, let me make you happy and stuff by spraying you down.
No! How dare you!
That was rude, Mr. Viperkeeper. You'll pay for this.
Yep, back into his little hut.
I'll give him a rat later, which he'll probably take at this stage, just to get some water inside and keep him happy, because he's not going to get any food for the next 10 days or so away, but he doesn't need it. He's certainly plump enough.
I hear you huffing in there. Silly snake. It's safe to come out again.
That mean old viperkeeper. Got me all wet. Here's one of my holdback pair of Cameroon squams. I think they're Cameroon. This guy is the most photogenic and one of the most beautiful squamingers, variable bush vipers, that I've ever come across. He's always just up there looking very viperish. The female is the orange beast in the back hiding, but they're just, he is just an awesome snake, and she is too. Hi there, you photogenic devil, you. Would you like another? You would? Alright, the camera's weirding you out. I'll leave you alone. These are like the chihuahuas of the venomous snake world. Come on. You know, I've had these guys for a long time, more than a couple of years, and they're still pain in the asses to get to feed. Lori will tell you just how difficult and frustrating they are to get to eat. Come on. Come on. You killed it 100 times. See what I mean? Sometimes you just have to just sort of take them out and set them on the tabletop, and yeah, your tail was looking for something to hold on to so you could take a big swing at me, huh? One of these days you might actually connect. Come on. Now I gotta leave him there, because if I disturb him and try to feed the others, he'll drop it. So this is a very slow, arduous process.